So thanks for giving an opportunity to present this virtual court applications developed under guidance of E-Committee, Supreme Court of India. And next. Traditionally, if you see in the courts, all the stakeholders, including advocates, litigants, and the honorable judge, all have to come together synchronously at same time, at same place to adjudicate the matter. If a concept wherein these activities can be done in asynchronous mode, while everyone will be sitting at its own place, at its own convenient time, this will be a very game changer thing in the judicial environment. So this virtual court concept is basically aimed at eliminating the presence of litigant and advocates altogether in the court. It's a 24/7 court wherein litigant can visit the virtual court portal and pay the fine, plead guilty and pay the fine. So basically these virtual courts are currently meant to try the traffic challenge. Next. As I said, these virtual courts are the traffic challan courts as of now. So the thing is that the states where this e-challan project is implemented and the states which has online payment facility for payment of fine is available. So there these virtual courts are currently working. Next. So there are two basic components of this virtual court. One is the adjudicating side, which includes the honorable judge or the presiding officer of the court, and the end user, the violator or the litigant. Next. So how the cases are submitted to the virtual court. So whenever there is a traffic violation and the interception by the police authority or capturing of e-challan by the CCTV, the e-challan is transmitted to the virtual court instantly, and then SMS is given to the violator that the case is transferred to the virtual court. Next. So this is the case flow. The cases are consumed from the traffic challan portals in the virtual court. The cases are verified by the court staff online. Once the cases are verified, if the cases are triable by the virtual court, those are transferred to the virtual court, and the fine is imposed by the judge in the virtual court, and the violator is notified by the SMS. Next. For the violator, it is very simple. Violator receives the SMS. Violator can access the virtual court portal, find the case or search the case, pleads guilty online and pay the fine. The moment the violator plead guilty online and pay the fine, the case is deemed disposed of. However, the facility is also available for the violator to opt for contesting the case. In such circumstances, violator can record his wish to contest the case, and then the case is transferred to the regular court for hearing. Next. The case status is again back notified to the e-challan portal or the Parivahan portal, wherein this information pertaining to the case is recorded, whether the case is settled, what amount of fine is imposed on the violator, whether the fine is paid or not. So all that information is provided back to the Parivahan portal. Next. Currently 1.21 crore challans, this is the statistics as on yesterday. So 1.21 crore challans are received in the virtual court. The proceedings was completed in around 1.17 crores challan. Almost whatever challans that are transferred to the virtual court, on the same day, proceedings in all the challans is completed by the presiding officer. And over 20 lakh violators, without physically visiting the court, had pleaded guilty online and paid the fine. And around 213 crore fine was collected in last 2 years. There is a huge impact that is delivered in the process. As this was a very new and novel concept, earlier what was happening, that there were so many courts which were just trying the traffic offenses. For example, if you see in Delhi, in Delhi there were around 20 courts which were dedicated to try the traffic challans only. Now it is automated, only 1 or 2 courts are dealing with the traffic challan. Huge judicial time is saved. Adjudication can be done online in courts during office hours. Even in the pandemic situations, the virtual courts were fully functioning. Adjudication from anywhere is possible now. For example, in Maharashtra, if you see, the virtual court is established in a remote taluka location in Nagpur district, and from there the honorable presiding officer sitting in that taluka is adjudicating the cases for the entire state. So physical location is not important, it can be adjudicated from anywhere and at any time. Delay in realization also is reduced. For a violator, you can imagine a situation that whenever a traffic challan happens and the case is transferred to the regular court, in regular circumstances or in normal circumstances, it took months for the violator to visit the court, to get the summons, then a day may have to be spent completely by visiting the court and plead guilty and just to pay the fine. So now it is completely online. The moment the case is adjudicated, maybe if the license is also impounded, then within a day, violator can pay the fine and can get the license back. So it's very simple and without visiting the court physically. This is all online now. Next. Absolutely, for court staff also, huge numbers of summons has to be generated, everything has to be tracked. So many violators are visiting Delhi to the courts. So everything is minimized now. No one is visiting the courts. Everything is online, automatic reconciliation, automatic generation of summons, everything is online. So there is a huge impact even on the court staff, and the court staff is now free from doing all this manual work. Next. So for police and Parivan also, huge impact is there. Even for traffic police and for transport department, the officials may have to visit the court with all the physical challans. The challans will to be submitted in the court, and then summons has to be served back to the violator, and then violator will come to the court and plead guilty or pay the fine. So now no police officer or no traffic department official has to visit the court just to submit the challenge. It is online and automatic. Next. So earlier process, you can imagine a situation now, violator, how the court used to be crowded, and of course there is an impact on environment also. Next. Next. So I think this is what virtual court is achieving in the country as of now, and it's dealing with the traffic violations. Yes. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Who says justice is costly business? Justice can be an earning business also. One application, virtual court, with over 20 million cases, 1 million paid fine, 2 million paid fine, and 213 crore realized, all happened within a short period of time. Thank you, sir. It's a very good thing. I think a lot of lessons need to be learned. In fact, revenue courts need to learn how to settle all these cases. I think Board of Revenue ex-chairman of Rajasthan is there. I think he will share his experience maybe tomorrow, how these and such applications can be filed, so that at least where whole mutation, this e-court can really do a lot of work. Would you like to say something? Thank you. Thanks.
In fact, we are thinking it's a two-pronged thinking. One is replicating it in all the metros and the big cities. And the second thing is expanding the scope and ambit of virtual courts. Right now it is only restricted to petty traffic offenses. We are also thinking whether cases like which are of a simple computational nature, instead of going through all these court proceedings, we can do that. We can do the Negotiable Instrument Act cases also. So yeah, so compoundable cases. So these kind of cases, if we do it through virtual courts, it is really going to reduce the pendency of cases, and at the same time save a lot on our manpower and add to the productivity of the courts. Thank you.